All right, Keon Brown here in New York. Thank you so much for watching NCCU Live. Today is the 9th of December, 2020. Thank you so much for watching. It's an amazing day to be an NCCU Eagle. I see you guys loading up in the chat. People are on here tonight. Very, very excited to be with you tonight. We've got a great, great show. Come on. All our guests are in backstage. I see everybody, one of my classmates, one of the great mentors in the alumni world, one of the presidents of one of our local chapters in New Jersey is joining us today, and our current student body president at North Carolina Central University is on with us tonight. So we have a really great show for you tonight. And this is our second to last show of the entire year. Okay. So this is a very special show. And then next week's show is going to be our season finale. You don't want to miss that next week at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. It's our season finale. We're going to wrap it up for the year, and we're going to go out with a bang and come back to you next year fresh, ready to go. And so I'm excited about that. There's a couple things. Remember that we are celebrating 110 years of truth and service. 110 years of truth and service. Come on, 110 years on the sloping hills and verdant green. And I just want to thank everyone for watching. We get so much feedback about what works, what doesn't work, and how we can make this thing better. And that's what it's about. The whole point is to honor alumni and create a narrative where NCCU alumni are the point. And so I'm very, very excited to do that with you every week. And we got some powerful, smart, successful people who are Eagles all over the world. And so that's why I'm so proud of this show. And I thank the staff for supporting us with this as well. We will be in DC on January 20th. We're going to be live for the inauguration. We don't know what's going to happen with the inauguration yet, but we will be shooting NCCU Live from DC, and we're going to try to get some of our legal Eagles, some of our Eagles on the Hill on the show. So stand up and wait for that. I don't have all the details right now, but I'm excited about this. I saw this NCCU men's basketball update. We're going to be at UNC. I know I'm going to get some alerts about this. Tell me more about this. Are we playing there? Where can we see it? I'm in New York. I want to make sure I'm in place for us playing UNC. Let us know about that. Tell me more about that team. I know I'll get some alerts about that. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to bring in our first guest all the way from New Jersey. All the way from New Jersey. Let's bring in President Michael Lipscomb. President Lipscomb, how are you today?
Greetings to all.
Thank you so much for being here. This is NCCU Live. We're grateful to have you. Thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing in New Jersey. Greet the people, 1975, class at 75. How are you?
How is everybody?
The world is watching. Tell us a little bit more about what's happening in New Jersey. What are you guys focused on in New Jersey? And why is it important for people to get involved in their local chapters?
Okay, to make a long story short, I've been president for about 2.5 years. And in the 2.5 years that I've been there, I would say the average age probably in our alumni association is probably mid-60s or so. One thing that we started to do this year is to give direct emphasis on the young alumni. So we started a young alumni committee, and their focus is what we call closing the cycle. They will be instrumental in getting the whole requires a heart certification from the university. The second part of it is really is giving support to the students while they're at the university. Many times we just give money and we don't know what's going on. So we want to have an alliance with the university, with the students. If they need help and they can't get it anywhere else, they can rely on the Alumni Association. We last year gave $3,000 directly to a student who needed the help through the admissions. And this year we're giving $4,500 to a student that needs help to stay in school. That's what it's all about. We also started an endowment, which we're halfway in funding, just for New Jersey students. So we're actively involved in getting students to the university, helping them while they're at the university. The third part of it is once they come out of school, help acclimate them to getting jobs and being part of society. That means finding them apartments, whatever they need to be a working part of society. We're there to help. And the fourth part of our cycle, is part of closing the cycle, is to get them to join us in giving back to the next group of people who are going through the same thing that they are.
Excellent work, President Lipscomb. Excellent work in New Jersey. $4,500 to a student. You're changing lives. You are changing lives. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. I wanted,
Sure.
while I have you, I also want to talk about something I think that's near and dear to your heart. Let me bring it up. Let me find it here. I know you're an avid NCCU track and field supporter. I know that you guys got some stuff happening. Talk about this right here. The alumni committee there, virtual meet and greet, December 12th via Zoom. Talk to us about that and why it's important for people to join.
Well, I asked everybody to please be a part of this. Way back in the day in 1970, when I first came to NCCU, I didn't know much, and I became part of their track team. I couldn't run across the street without holding my side, but I was around 4 Olympians, and without hardly any support, any kind of athletic equipment or anything, they dominated. Honestly, part of the country, the big Division I schools, the whole bit. I can go on and on about them. Many years later, when I came back, I found out that most of the school doesn't know their legacy. Some of the greatest athletes in track and field history went to NCCU. 7 Olympians, 5 gold medals, 1 silver, 3 bronze, 18 national champions. I can go on and on about them. At the pin relays, out of all the schools that have ever gone to the pin relays, they ranked 3rd in the most amount of Wall of Fame honors, which that's unheard of given the fact that we're HBCU. This event is to honor them and to also honor the current program with the people that are there. We are in direct financial support of them. I chair the committee that's involved with that. We have several banquets. We've had some of the greatest track athletes of all time, John Carlos, on and on. They have been guest speakers there. So we encourage you to come on board.
Thank you so much. I'll put this up again. The Track and Field Alumni Committee has a virtual meet and greet on Saturday. That's this Saturday, December 12th, via Zoom. There's the meeting ID, guys, 876-0345-3539. All right. President Lipscomb from the New Jersey Alumni Chapter of the NCCU Alumni Association. Stick around. We're going to talk to our other guests, and we're going to come back and bring you back into this. Hang tight. We're so grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and we'll get you in just a couple minutes, all right?
All right.
All right. Come on. New Jersey doing some amazing work. And while I'm talking about the Northeast, shout out to our president of the New York chapter, Sojourner Greer. We're lifting you up, and we are just holding you tight tonight as you are just lost your father. So we're just grateful for you, and thank you so much for your work, and we're lifting you up today. All the Eagles all over. All right, I want to bring in our current student body president, and I want to make sure that we bring him in powerfully. I think it's 78, number 78. I think that's it. Is that Prez? Are you number 78?
Yes, I am.
All right, I was hoping you'd be like, and Keon, you were number, because I still don't know my number. So I got to figure that out, brother. But I'm glad that we have the number 78th president of the NCCU Student Government Association, Sean. I'm sorry, what is your last name, Sean? I'm sorry.
Coleman.
Sean Coleman is right here on my phone. Sean Coleman is right here on the screen. I'm just out of it. Thank you for being here on short notice. How's it going on campus right now?
So we're actually not on campus right now. Our last day, we actually moved out all students Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So, but this semester, it was definitely interesting, to say the least, especially with all the new restrictions and protocols that we have to do because of COVID-19. But it was a good semester. I think that we were very surprised at the outcome. Our cases were very low compared to other schools in the state. So we're just very proud of that, and we're looking forward to the spring semester.
What do you attribute to the low count of COVID cases on the campus at NCCU?
I think that students kind of realized how serious the pandemic is, and we did have a few students that did contract the virus, and I think that it's easier for students to kind of see and understand how real um, the pandemic is and the virus when it hits home. Like one of my close friends contracted the virus, so it kind of was like, okay, I need to kind of mind what I do. And then also just the impact, like we saw UNC Chapel Hill get sent home, I want to say a week or so after they returned to campus. And I think our students, especially after having a short spring semester and having to be sent home, and then just being home over the summer, I think our students kind of wanted to get back on campus, be around other students, and just have that freedom in a way that they don't usually have at home. I think students kind of took that serious, and they realized that if they did not follow those protocols and instructions that administration gave us, that it could possibly potentially get us sent home. And I don't think students wanted that to happen.
Absolutely not. Now, tell me, where are you from, and how did NCCU find you, Mr. President?
So I am from High Point, North Carolina, not too far.
Come on, High Point.
And then, so NCCU is actually in our family legacy. I've had aunts and uncles graduate from North Carolina Central University, as well as some of my close cousins. So I kind of had aspirations and a goal to go out of state, but it was just so close to home that once I actually came to campus, um, what was it? Experience SOAR. So that was orientation. I definitely decided that this was the place for me.
I think that's one thing that gets a lot of us, the early orientation program. I think when Tiffany comes in, ours was EOP, I think, early orientation program. I think that's what EOP. Mm-hmm. So I think when you get that and you get paired up and you get to stay in the dorm, you can do all this stuff, it's kind of like you can't go back home after that. You can't, right. This is where we got to be. We got to be here. Yes. What's one thing that a departing word, as SJ presidents are on the what do you call it, stage when everyone's graduating. What are you thinking about? I know you got a whole semester before you graduate, but what's one thing you think you may say to the class of 2021 as they go forth post-COVID?
What is something I would say?
Don't get the Rona. I mean, say something else. Say something more.
I think I would just, congratulate everyone on their accomplishments through this pandemic, because last semester was a kind of an easy transition, but this semester, online learning is not for everybody. So I would definitely commend our students that have had 2 or 3 years of traditional learning lecture style to swiftly switch over to online learning, because it wasn't easy at all, especially from having all your classes in person to now you having everything on Zoom or WebEx, which we rarely used before COVID. So I would definitely just congratulate everybody on making it this far, and just staying true to their end goal, because that's really what matters.
That WebEx is specifically and truly NCCU. I mean, that's the only time I use is when I got to do something with Central.
Yep.
All right, 78th president of the NCCU Student Government Association, Sean Coleman, class of 2021. He's months away from graduation. Mm-hmm. I'll be there right with you, graduating, sir. Thank you for being here. Short notice. Can you just stick around for a couple more minutes so we can bring you back in a second?
Yes.
Thank you, Sean Coleman.
No problem.
All right, that was Sean Coleman. We're excited about him and all the stuff that he's doing. Look, it's not easy to govern during a pandemic, whether you're the president of the United States or the president of the student body at a university in America right now. So I commend that good brother for the work that he is doing, and stand to support him however we can. So I am so grateful to bring in our next guest, one of my classmates. She's from the class of 05. We'll call her the good doctor. The good doctor. What is that, Tip? Where's she at? Hold on, let me see if we can get Tiffany. What's up, Tip?
Hey.
Dr. J. How you doing,
What's
Dr.
up?
J?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, man? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's so good to see my classmates, matriculating all the way up to terminal degree, man. I'm just so proud of you. Talk about what you're up to. I know when you were at Central, you were doing recreation management, correct?
Parks and Rec Management, yes.
Parks and Rec Management. So where have you gone from NCCU to now Dr. Johnson?
Man, NCCU opened up my brain to endless possibilities. I didn't think that I could have a career in Parks and Recreation until I went to Central. After graduating from Central, I was on the women's bowling team while I was there, and I was a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So after Central, I just continued doing like community work. I worked in DC for DC Parks and Recreation for about 8 or 9 years. Um, I'm currently in Seattle, Washington. I got recruited to come and manage all of the community centers here. So I've been in Seattle since 2016, managing recreation centers. Of course, that looks a lot differently now with COVID, but Central opened up so many possibilities, like the networks, the friendships, the education, all of that. Like I never thought that I would pursue a doctorate degree, but I had professors that say, you can do it. You can
Absolutely.
do it.
Absolutely. What did you get your terminal degree in and where?
So I got my master's in public administration from the University of the District of Columbia,
Come on.
and then I got my doctorate in business administration with a concentration in organizational leadership from North Central University.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. This is so incredible. I'm so excited. How, and I know you're getting up on your coffee game in Seattle. I know you staying woke, you know what I'm saying, and energized. How did NCCU find you?
Man. So I was in a pre-college program at Georgetown University, and we did a college tour of HBCUs in North Carolina. And I just knew I was set. My family's from Fayetteville, North Carolina, or a small town called Elizabethtown, North Carolina. So I always knew that I wanted to go to school in North Carolina. And we did these college tours, and I was set on going to like a Johnson C. Smith or Fayetteville State. When we got to North Carolina Central, the tour, the student ambassadors made us feel so much at home. It didn't help that we went on Chicken Wednesday,
Ooh,
so we got a chance to see everybody in their fresh gear. I had no idea why the line was so long to get some chicken, but that experience, it was so personable. It wasn't like they were trying to sell the university, but they were trying to make us feel like we already belong. And so from that moment, I knew Central was the school for me.
indeed. They set y'all up. You went on Chicken Wednesday. You ain't have a chance.
No
You ain't have
chance.
no chance. There was no John C. Smith in your future after Chicken Wednesday at NCCU. I want to ask you, just in your field, given politics, given the virus, how are people participating in parks? How are they engaging in that area? How's it impacting your work?
So, since the pandemic hit, and it hit pretty hard here in Seattle, we were probably the first state to like go into lockdown and shut down. And so the work that we normally do, sports leagues, summer camp, fitness classes, swim lessons, we had to stop all of that and we started providing what we call mission essential functions. We didn't call our summer camp yet. We provided school-age childcare for essential employees and for those that had to work. So we've been still operating, just the way that we do business is different. In Seattle, there's a very high number of people that are experiencing homelessness. And so we opened up a number of our community centers to be shelters so that those experiencing homelessness could be like socially distant and we can kind of curb the spread. Additionally, like we own 10% of the city in terms of parks. And so we incorporated social distancing ambassadors to make sure that our parks weren't too crowded. So we've been having to show up, like literally show up. We just opened up teen hubs for our teens to do virtual learning in the community centers. So kids aren't in schools, but they're in our community centers. And our staff are like frontline workers.
Incredible work, and I want to acknowledge how you reference people who are experiencing homelessness, right? People who may be experiencing homelessness, or when we go out and support people and giving food out, we say people who may be experiencing hunger, because you never want to classify people in this temporary moment. There's always opportunities, there's always work to support people that might be experiencing homelessness or hunger. So thank you so much for that language and the work that you do. Dr. Tiffany Johnson, Seattle, Washington, class of 05 from NCCU. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm glad y'all doing this.
Yes, well, stay here because I'm going to go ahead and bring in President Michael Lipscomb from New Jersey and our current 78th president of the SGA, Sean Coleman. Everybody's back in. Eagle Pride Amplified. Come on, Eagles. Thank you for being here today, guys. So here, I want to put this image up and get your initial reaction. I'm going to start with, let me see, Brother Lipscomb. What's your first, when you see this image, what do you think? First thoughts, Michael Lipscomb.
Boy, do I remember that. A lot of work. Going up those stairs was a lot of work. That's what I remember. So many hills.
Dr. J, first thoughts.
I'm eating oodles and noodles today, baby.
Sean Coleman.
I remember going up them steps, being late to class, sweat dripping down my head. Ooh.
My question is, did anybody other than Brother Lipscomb, because he was an athlete, well, so was Dr. J, did anybody take them 2 at a time, 3 at a time, the steps? Anybody?
I took the ramp. I went all the way around.
Oh, man. Oh, God. So I'm so grateful. Sheesh. I try to avoid it at homecoming. I try to avoid them at all costs. I walked up there for 4 years, and I don't want to see them or experience them ever again. Not even for the nostalgia, okay? Not even for the nostalgia. All right. So this rapid fire. Give me one of your most memorable moments at NCCU. Your most memorable moment. I know you have a lot of them, but just really rapid fire. We're going to start with Sean Coleman.
My most memorable moment at NCCU, definitely homecoming 2019. So literally the entire week, like all of it.
Who did y'all have? I can't remember.
We had, for the hip hop concert, we had Megan Thee Stallion, Tink, and Lil Durk.
Ooh, okay, that was pretty incredible. Matter of fact, I saw some of those videos recently, and those are very well shot, very, very well done. NCCU, very well done. Oh man, excellent. Dr. J, your favorite or one of your most memorable moments in NCCU?
Hey, it's funny because you're a part of it. That freshman orientation, that week was just the freshmen and a couple of like upperclassmen welcoming us to the campus, being at the student union. Like that whole week was just lit. Like we developed so many amazing relationships, just staying up all night and getting to know each other, like meeting people from different parts of the country. That whole freshman week of orientation was like fun.
Lit, absolutely. All right, Michael Lipscomb, class of 75, what's one of your most memorable moments at NCCU?
I was actually 74. But I can't distinguish. I have like 3. Honestly, I'll tell you real quick. My brother, Dwight, he was the first freshman ever to play varsity at Rutgers University here in New Jersey. He came down to visit me, and he was around the track guys. And to this day, when we talk about it, he can't believe at the small college, the people that he was chatting around with, just like they were just your brother, he saw him a couple weeks later at the Olympics and on national championships. And he said, "What kind of school you have here?"
That's awesome.
So that sticks out the most.
And I know Jason Smoots. He went to school with me and Dr. J. You know Michael's Jason Smoots, right?
Very well. We honored him in 2016. We give honors to the top alumni athletes from NCCU, and we honored him in one of the first classes, either 2016, 2015. We gave him an award and got to know him pretty well.
let's get him on. If you can please connect me with him, I would love to have him on. Jason Smoots is an Olympic track athlete that was, I call it the golden era. The Ammons era is the golden era from 2001 to 2000. Well, I left in 06, but that was an amazing time. Anybody that was there during that time are pretty phenomenal individuals. Okay, if I must say so myself, Dr. J. But I got to talk to Jason Smoots and see where he's at and how we can support him. And
I'll text you his number, not a problem.
Thank you. All right, as we wrap up, we're going to just go around again with your final thoughts, something that you would like to leave the audience with, just in closing. We'll start with let's start with Michael Lipscomb. Final thoughts, sir. Final thoughts.
Okay, my final thoughts are this: when you go to NCCU, it's wonderful. I thought that the administration, but the people is what I remember the most. At this time and stage of life, it's really about the students that are there now. It's not about us anymore, and that I think we all should find a way to give back in some form and support them, because we were there once, they're there now, and we want to bring them along.
Thank you, Class of 1974. Michael Lipscomb, president of the New Jersey Alumni Chapter of the NCCU Alumni Association. Okay, Dr. Tiffany Johnson, what are your final thoughts tonight?
So my two final thoughts are, stay in touch even after you graduate. Like, we got Eagles all across the country. Use that network, and then furthermore, like Michael just said, continue to lift as you climb. Pay it forward. Like, we got to continue to give back and help the next generation of Eagles to soar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tiffany Johnson from the class of 05. And finally, our current president of the Student Government Association, Sean Coleman, class of 2021. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts, kind of similar to Dr. J. Definitely stay connected, use your resources, because especially in a time like now, I think that resources and utilizing who you know is very important. And then what better way than to connect with people who have been in your shoes, who have experienced your same college experience in some way. And then just definitely stay connected, push forward, and just do your best.
Thank you, sir. Just as a recap, I know the conference call or the virtual meet and greet, Saturday, December 12th. And Mr. Lipscomb, the times again, I know you put it in our chat. What were the times for that?
From 1 o'clock to 2:30.
All right, 1 o'clock to 2:30 on the 12th. You guys tune in for that meet and greet. Also, just in closing, you guys, if you have not yet visited nccualumni.org, that's how you join the Alumni Association. It's a great way to give back of your time and your resources and your energy, creating opportunities for our Eagles for internships and all those kinds of things. We need you. nccualumni.org. And then also make a recurring gift to the university at eaglesgive.com. eaglesgive.com is going to take you directly to every Eagle every year, whatever page the university uses. We just made it into a brandable really quick, eaglesgive.com. And you can do a reoccurring gift. I do $20 a month. If you can do $20 a week, like, do what you can, but talk to your family, put it in your budget, put it in your, and you Eagles give just because. It's not because of the Jesus steps or the Chicken Wednesday or the lines that, the lines when we didn't have apps and all this kind of stuff that Sean has. We do it just because the HBCU is under attack. People are saying, why do we have HBCUs? Why should we give them federal funding? This public university in North Carolina, in Durham, North Carolina, that has almost 10,000 students, that was founded by James E. Shepherd in 1910. We got to help them out. We got to make sure that no matter what happens in the federal government, what happens in the state budget, that North Carolina Central University is secure, it stands firm, and our alumni must step up. So join me in that fight to make sure that our institution remains. All right. I think I've preached enough tonight.
May I say something?
Of course, Brother Lipscomb.
Okay. One thing that I recommend to everybody when you become a donor and give, it's not just about writing checks. There's other things in the university, several, such as if you work for a company that has matching funds program, ask them if they can match whatever you pay. We had a couple people donate One lady worked for HP. They had a 2-for-1 program. So she gave $750. They gave $1,500.
Wow.
Exxon has a 4-for-1 program. You give 100, they give 400. That kind of thing. So, and there's other types of giving that we could help our university with if we just know how to do it. And it's on the NCCU website, how to give.
Yeah, and since you're saying that, I gotta also say, even if you don't want to, if you can't give money per se, or if you can give money and then your time, or call your boss and say, hey, or if you are the boss, you can create an internship opportunity for NCCU students. Or if there's a job opportunity at your company, you can actually reach out to career services and let them know, and they can send you some great candidates.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things are what alumni do. So anyway, you can call me, we can reach out, we can do all that together. Thank you, Dr. Tiffany Johnson, Michael Lipscomb, and Sean Coleman for being here. Remember that an NCCU Eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Take care, folks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.